Good morning and welcome to our Sky Vision Lounge, where we do live analysis of the market. This is the London session. And just to give you a heads up, I have a meeting immediately after this program. So I won't be available during the New York session today. So it's only the London session we'll do today. Okay, so let's go ahead. Right. So we like to ask 3 questions before we take any trade. And why do we do that? We do that because we want to know what is the potential direction of the market. So remember, part of the things we always say is that you do not know what the market is going to do. All you can do is to position yourself once you have a potential direction or a setup, right? What would we call it now? When you trade your strategy, so we call it just your process. Once your process says this, the way the market is moving, it shows that you have a potential for a trade. So you use these 3 processes to help you analyze before you enter any trade. And this helps you so that we do not enter the market randomly, right? We don't want to trade haphazardly. We want to trade in a structured manner. Even though the market is very unpredictable, we know that if we can trade in a structured manner, in a structured process, every time doing the same thing, then we can know that we'll know that over a series of trades, that is where our edge works out for us. Okay, so let's look at the 3 questions we always ask. First question, what did price do overnight? Right, we're trying to know, did price trend or was price ranging? Second question, where is price now? Okay, and the third question, what must I see price do before I execute a trade? So that in itself tells your mind, it tells your brain, what am I looking for before I take a trade, right? It's like driving and you get to the traffic lights. Once it's red, what does that tell you? It tells you should stop, right? And then once it even turns green, you don't just start zooming off. You also look around to see that, yes, we hope there's no vehicle maybe that has lost his brakes are not working or something. So you go carefully, right? You don't just blindly begin to go because you see the green lights, right? So the same thing, once you predetermine what your setup is, then you take that setup and then allow the markets to do the rest. Okay, so let's start with gold. Essentially, I've zoomed out a bit just to show us that you can see for yourself that this is not breaking structures. It's not doing higher highs, higher lows, right? Essentially, it's just moving sideways. Yeah, essentially, it's just moving sideways. It came to this high, and then it also came to these lows here. And it's just been going between the highs and the lows, just marking time, right? So something is cooking. Eventually, we will see that price is going to, what we say, it's going to break out, right? It will break out either to the top. So from here, it could do something like this and break out to the top and just move massively up, or decide that, okay, what we're going to do is to break to the downside, right? And then go massively downwards, right? So we use our break of structures for that to just determine what is the direction of the market and what do we expect to see before we execute a trade. Yeah. Okay, so that's for that one. Let's look at pound JPY. So for pound JPY, what is price doing? So let me expand this a bit so that we can see it a bit more clearly. We're interested in what it has done today. So this is started from here, came down, pushed up, came down again, pushed up. It looks like it wants to start going down, but it's not yet sure it wants to do that. Yeah. So one, we can either wait, let it break above these highs so that we know that the uptrend has resumed. So if we scroll, sorry, if we squeeze it in a bit, you can see that from somewhere here, it's been moving up, right? Doing higher highs, higher lows, right? So let's see what the market wants to do. If I put my line in the sand there, yeah, and then I say, I want to see if this market, if it breaks below these lows, then I'll look for potential to sell, yeah, or I want it to just break these highs for it to show me that it's ready to start moving up, yeah. If you want to be very aggressive, then you can either take, in fact, I won't suggest you should take any trade right now. It's at a low, yeah. So it's either it will break and go upwards or break below and then begin to go downwards, yeah. Okay. Right. So I see a question in the chat. Is there a reason for 30 minutes chat? No, it's just a choice. I just like 30 minutes chat. And so I've decided I want to just trade from 30 minutes chat. And it doesn't um, negate whatever else is happening on other time frames. Yeah, I just want to limit, I want to focus, just zoom in and just wait on whatever price is doing on 30 minutes chart. Yeah. Let me just show you something. Thank you for that question. Let me go to 4 hours chart, okay, and just see what is happening this week. Okay, just to show us that it doesn't really matter which time frame you are trading, as long as you follow a process, you will get your trade setups, right? So you see price, so this beginning of this week from here, initially we had the bullish candle, then a bearish candle, then a bullish candle, then this big move up. Yeah, let me mark this move. So this is a nice move up, yeah. Okay, and then what happens next? Price pulled up a bit and then came back down, yeah, and then pulled up again. So I don't want to be going from one time frame to the other. Instead, I just want to focus on a time frame that would kind of capture, it's like would I say a mid-range type thing. So it's not the 1 minute chart where I'll keep getting a lot of signals, as it were, right? But I want somewhere that is kind of a medium, mid-range type time frame that will give me what the market's intention is, right? And then you see this here. So this is from Monday. Market went up a bit, came back down, and then from here we begin to see our process playing out. We begin to see rejection candles. We begin to see break of structures. Yeah. You see from here, so if you're using break of structures, for instance, you see price moved up, came back down, moved up again. So breaking this structure here, right? A pullback, that's where we enter. And then it went all the way up. Yeah. And then it pulled back and then came up, pulled back again, did not close below, and then went up again, and then pulled back and then went up again. So instead of me going from 4 hour time frame or from daily time frame to 4 hour time frame to 1 hour time frame to just going from one time frame to the other, looking for a setup, I just want to stay on one and just look for what price is doing on that time frame. So in the context of that time frame, it will give me what I'm looking for, right? So we don't need to go up and down, really. Yeah. In fact, one of my other mentors trades on just the 15 minutes time frame. She doesn't go from daily time frame or 1 hour time frame or 1 minute time frame. All the trades she takes is all on 15 minutes time frame. So you can decide for yourself as well that it doesn't matter which time frame you are on, you will always get your setup according to your process. Yeah. Okay, I hope that helps us. Okay, so this one, we're just waiting for price to do what he wants to do. And then once we get our setup, i.e. a break of structure to the top side, then we look for a pullback to continue going up or for it to break to the lower side, and then we'll trade to the downside. Yeah. Okay, let's look at, let me remove all this. price has, so what is price doing here? We see price as well is kind of just trying to decide whether to continue going down, or rather whether to start going down or to start moving up. So this is like in a holding pattern, right? It's just waiting for something to happen. So it will either break these levels. In fact, I'm just even looking at this. Price can decide to do what it likes doing. So for instance, let me, so what I ideally like is for price to just break structure there, break this structure here, give us a nice pullback, and then continue going up. But what can price do? Price can come to these highs here. Let me use a pencil to just draw that one. Yeah, so price can move up, give us that break of structure, come to these highs here. Oh, sorry. Let me draw. Don't mind my drawing. No. Right, so it comes to these highs here and then decides that it's no longer interested in going further up, and instead it will just drop. It can do that, right? Because we do not know what the market will do. All we can do is just stay on the right side of our process. So once we see a break of structure, yeah, you can take that risk and see what price is going to do. Yeah, we are always responding to the market. We are not reacting to the market, right? And even if this trade, if when it breaks structure here, for instance, if it's going up and we enter a trade there, if it stops us out, then that's fine. If it stops us out, maybe it comes all the way down. Maybe let's say in 2 candles, if it comes something like this, right? All we know is that now it has changed direction, right? So we have a break of structure, and then all we just do is wait for markets to pull back, and then we continue going down with it. Yeah, so there's always a choice. There's always a choice. So let's see what market does in the other charts. This is pound Aussie. I don't like it. It's just going sideways like gold. It's just going sideways. Nothing much really. So I'll skip this one. Euro USD. Okay, my friend, Euro USD. Okay, so Euro USD too seem to be in a holding pattern. When I say holding pattern, it's not showing you any massive higher highs, higher lows, like it did here yesterday. It's just going up a bit, coming down. In fact, this will even be a good place to take a buy if you're trading Euro USD. Take a buy there. Put your stop loss below these levels here. Is there any guarantee that that buy is going to give you the outcome you want? No, there's no guarantee, right? It's always a risk that you must be willing to take, right? And you're always saying that, okay, if price, given that it's giving us a break of structure right there, so we expect price to go up. But you're also aware that where's your last valid range between this high here and these lows here. So if price comes back down here and breaks below, then it shows you that it's not yet ready to go up. Yeah, and you just take the opposite direction. That's all. Yeah. Okay. Pound USD too is a similar setup to what we have in Euro USD, right? And it's giving us a break of structures. On this pullback here, we're looking for potentially for price to begin to move up. Yeah. Let's look at Euro Yen. Sorry, why do I call it Euro Yen? USD Yen. Yeah. This one has broken this zone here. Now it's pulling back. Well, let me just clean out all these levels here. So we just see it came down. Oops, let me start. Okay, so it came down, went up. Break of structures right there is pulled down. So now it's pulling back up. Potentially what we expect, because where is our last valid range? Our last valid range is between this last opposite candle here and this lows here. So potentially we can see something like this. Yeah, for price to pull back in, and then continue downwards. But where's our valid range? We've marked this zone here. If it breaks above this zone here, then it has changed direction. Yeah. So we expect it to then begin to change, potentially to move in that direction. Great. Do we have any questions? Let me check the chat. Okay, no question in the chat. Beautiful. So thank you so very much. We won't be here for the New York session today because I have another meeting happening at that time. But we'll be back next week. But for those in the inner circle, we have a session tomorrow, 7 p.m. And of course, if you're willing, if you want to join us, you're welcome to join us. Thank you very much. Do you have am I seeing a question here? Okay, no, okay. Good, good, good. Have a lovely, lovely weekend.